souffler un peu. Jour numéro 3, 4, qu'on est présentement à Dallas. Vous pouvez voir ici, c'est notre nouvelle maison. Lors de notre premier vlog, en fait, le vlog que je suis parti de... En fait, on est parti de Montréal pour se rendre jusqu'à Dallas. On avait un appartement... si je peux vraiment appeler ça un appartement, c'était un peu lugubre. Sur Airbnb, c'était super beau. Il faut faire quand même attention parce que sur Airbnb, des fois, on va mettre beaucoup l'emphase sur les photos, les effets pour que ça a l'air d'un wow. Et quand on est arrivé là-bas, en fait, nous, on s'était commandé un condo avec 2 chambres et une piscine, un gym, parce qu'on avait besoin de s'entraîner à tous les jours et tout ça. Et quand on est arrivé là-bas, bon, ben, on n'a pas eu de piscine parce que c'était fermé. Le gym, c'était un coin de garde-robe. Et quand on est arrivé dans l'appartement, il n'y avait pas d'eau chaude, littéralement. J'ai pris une douche dans de l'eau glacée et le moment que je voulais essayer de changer l'eau, donc on a des robinets et tout ça, quand je tirais, le mur me suivait, donc je pouvais voir le tuyau sortir du mur. Donc un petit coup de plus et probablement j'aurais fait faire le mur devenir un mur fontaine, qu'on pourrait dire. Donc c'est ça, donc on a changé on s'est plaint à Airbnb, on a changé d'appartement. Finalement on a trouvé cette petite maison, en fait cette belle maison dans le nord de Dallas. Et c'est juste fantastique. Il n'y a pas de gym, il n'y a pas de piscine, mais on est bien, on est calme, il n'y a aucun trafic ici pour dire qu'il y a des gens qui passent sur la rue. C'est vraiment là, ultra paisible. Et aujourd'hui, on va vous emporter dans la vie d'un franc-maçon. Le franc-maçon en question, il s'appelle Carlos Machado. C'est un frère de la Grande Loge du Texas. Aujourd'hui, on s'en va faire du Jiu Jitsu, donc on va vous emporter avec nous. Puis on va avoir aussi une entrevue avec notre frère. L'entrevue qui va être en anglais, donc on va pouvoir mettre des sous-titres en dessous, bien évidemment. Mais vous allez voir ça, vous allez voir, on va faire un petit peu visiter Dallas aujourd'hui. Moi et mon frère Mathieu. Donc aujourd'hui, on va sortir de notre travail parce que les 3 premières journées de travail étaient quand même assez intenses. J'ai fait du travail de 8 à 5 non-stop avec aucun break, qu'on pourrait dire en bon québécois, aucune pause. Et là, aujourd'hui, on a du temps. Donc, on va aller s'entraîner, se mettre en forme, se faire massacrer par d'autres frères des États-Unis. Donc, ça va être super agréable. Aussi, peut-être une affirmation. Il y a des gens dans le chat qui m'ont demandé comment j'ai pu traverser les lignes aux États-Unis, parce qu'habituellement, ils demandent des tests puis d'être double vacciné. C'est que moi, en fait, j'ai été, puisque j'ai attrapé la COVID, j'ai fourni les preuves que j'avais les anticorps et tout ça, et j'étais en mesure de faire mon passage aux États-Unis. Et aussi, une des raisons, j'en ai déjà parlé dans les vlogs de passé, mais aussi de venir ici, un des objectifs, c'était pour prendre le vaccin, en fait, le vaccin, le Johnson. Donc, ça a eu lieu. J'avais mon rendez-vous le lendemain matin, et depuis maintenant 3 jours, je suis vacciné avec une seule dose, en fait, de Johnson, qui compte pour 2 doses. Et j'ai aucun bras qui m'a poussé dans le front. J'ai remarqué, par exemple, je reçois plus de signal avec la 5G, donc avec mon téléphone cellulaire, maintenant ça va beaucoup mieux. non. Mais sérieusement, j'ai pas eu de side effect, j'ai pris des produits naturels pour ça. Un produit que vous pouvez prendre, c'est un produit québécois, je pense qu'il vient de Herba Santé, je me souviens bien, qui s'appelle Vaccin Aide. Donc vous prenez ça 3 jours avant, 3 jours après, et ça annule tous les mauvais effets de n'importe quel vaccin en tant que tel. Et par après, j'embarque sur un protocole naturopathique de quelques semaines là, à propos de la cellule humaine. Donc, je ne connais rien là-dedans, je ne m'avancerai pas, mais on m'a dit, tu prends ça pendant 5 semaines et tout devrait bien aller. Mais sinon, à part ça, j'ai eu aucun effet secondaire, qu'on pourrait dire, de ce vaccin-là. Donc, ça va vraiment bien. La vie est belle. On se sent vraiment en liberté ici. C'est fou. Mais ça, on pourra couvrir ça dans un autre vlog après. Mais tout ça pour dire que faut partir. On va aller faire notre vlog là-bas. Et juste pour vous montrer, ceci est la belle voiture que nous avons pour pour notre aventure en fait aux États-Unis. Ma femme est en train de dire que je suis encore en crise de quarantaine, donc je sais pas pourquoi qu'elle dit ça, mais pour certains qui aiment les voitures, ben, c'est une Camaro Chevrolet 2018. Donc c'est notre voiture des 40 ans et voici la belle maison. Donc très tranquille, comme vous pouvez le voir ici. Donc, allons au Jiu Jitsu.
Hey, you badass, what the fuck you doing?
Driving. I'm driving like a Texan. And right now, we're going to Jiu Jitsu. We're gonna work hard muscles, long muscles, everything that we actually need to be a man. Are you a man? Well, you better be.
Nothing like the view of a Camaro. Out here with my brother down in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Beautiful day, nice and hot, 29 degrees.
Except for the morning. Morning was 14.
Yeah, getting ready to go roll at Carlos Machado Jiu Jitsu.
That's right.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Amped up.
That's already over. Good to see you, my man.
Mr. Carlos, thank you very much for being in our vlog.
My pleasure. Honor to be there. Très bien, mon ami.
And you're speaking a little bit French.
J'ai parlé un peu.
I'm so surprised now because our vlog is in French. So
Hey, don't push me. Don't push me. I'm gonna throw some Portuguese mixed up with Spanish and French there for you.
Obrigado.
Obrigado, yeah. There you go.
See, only for this.
Hey, that goes a long way in Brazil.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us your temple, your dojo here. For us, Jiu-Jitsu in Quebec is some of the people who are doing Jiu-Jitsu love to associate it sometime with some mystic art. Just like I'm part of a Freemasonry, and sometimes we're seeing things in Jiu-Jitsu that is reflecting sometimes the teaching. And I think one of the most important aspects that I'm seeing is, and I'm seeing pretty much everywhere on the walls, is stay humble. Why staying humble?
Mm-hmm. So I believe in two things. Okay, the first thing is we leave a legacy. Right? We didn't create it; we inherited it. And our goal as masters of the art is to improve upon it, so whoever comes after us has a higher threshold to start from. Okay, so we want to be enlightened in regards to how we pass on knowledge. I don't want to pass to you what I learned. I want to pass to you what I improved upon from what I learned. Okay, so it's constant growth, constant evolution. So and I think that happens to a certain extent with every aspect of human endeavor, Jiu-Jitsu included. Now, why does Jiu-Jitsu correlate so much with life and the importance of humility? Okay, so if you ask me, no matter how accomplished I may end up being in Jiu-Jitsu, I always carry that feeling, it's not me, it works through me. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So if it works through me, it comes from somewhere else. Whatever source you call, you can say the universe, the architect of the universe, or whatever terminology you want to use. I believe that we are vehicles. You understand? And in that sense, we contribute to I guess, making things better by not having our ego as part of it. And
That's the most important thing, the ego.
Yeah.
Be able to not necessarily control, but like because controlling gives us like there's still domination, but maybe mastering your ego and saying, okay, I know my limits, what I can do, what I cannot do, and then from there you're working on yourself to become a better person. I think that's what we're doing also on the mat.
Sure. The ultimate goal for me, Jiu-Jitsu is just a language that I use. I compare the academy with a temple, and Jiu-Jitsu is somewhat of a religion experience, so to speak. So the idea is you learn from the start how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. So that doesn't, in terms of life, it gives you a lot of, I believe, insight on how to deal with situations, because you become more resilient regardless. And you know that nothing that is worth attaining is not challenging. You understand there's a challenge, there's a ladder that you have to climb. There are stages and thresholds that you have to overcome. And Jiu-Jitsu is a great equalizer, because the same way it can bring you up to the top, one bad day you can feel like you are at the bottom of the precipice, okay? So if you don't have the mindset to know that better days will come, and not every day is the same as the other. There are better or worse days than one another, but your learning never ceases. And even when you don't feel you're learning, you're still learning.
You're still learning.
If you pay attention.
Isn't that the rule of the 1%? Like 1% per day, like no matter what, you always increasing 1%?
Yeah, I think people tend to hurry. Sometimes they want to attain big things too fast. And it's a recipe for disaster, because frustration and also it becomes overwhelming, because they realize, when you realize Jiu-Jitsu is endless, oh my gosh, I can never know enough. I've been doing that for over 54 years, and I still feel like a beginner many times. See what I'm saying? So being humble also has to do with the fact that no matter how much I know, I'm more ignorant of what I don't know than knowledgeable of any knowledge I might have.
Is it when you say you're always learning, is it also because your body also evolving with the time? Like some for some of the people, they might not be able to do stuff that we're doing 20 years ago, so now they have to evolve to do almost the same thing but differently.
Yes. So longevity, you know, it's a long shot kind of game, Jiu-Jitsu in particular. Since it's a journey that you don't want to make it brief, it's something so refreshing to have as part of your lifestyle. You forge a lot of good relationships. It's very therapeutical, health-wise. I think it keeps you calm. You know, a lot of people here, they say, man, they become better husbands, better parents, or better individuals just for the fact they are doing it. They feel more relaxed. But of course, the teachings behind it, I feel as instructors, you are mentors. You know, if I help you be a better fighter, that's a small fraction of what I can do with Jiu-Jitsu. If I impact you in a way that you can become a better individual, that's the real deal. You know, that's the game changing. So I see things that way.
Interesting. So we're talking about like it's almost also as a self-growth. So we have that part, but also maybe on the spiritual side, because like you becoming a better person, of course, but also there's another part of your body. So you have, because to maintain also that longevity, you need also to be healthy on your body.
Sure.
So it's not just your mind and soul, it's also the body itself, no?
Let's say somebody starts Jiu-Jitsu and they don't do things for their health that they should do. Eat better, exercise regularly, take good healthy supplements. When they start doing Jiu-Jitsu, just the fact that they want to maintain a good level of performance and be able to last longer on the mat and things like that, they start to pay more attention to those things that they were neglecting prior to starting Jiu-Jitsu. So I've seen guys that used to smoke, they stopped smoking when they started doing Jiu-Jitsu because they felt it affected their stamina. Same with drinking, same with anything else that they were doing. It was not conducive to an optimal performance, right? So you have that incentive. But I think too, when people look at you as an instructor. I'm not perfect. I have imperfections like everybody else, but I'm mindful of the things that I do, you know, and I feel that if on the things that I preach, if I don't do what I say, I'm not leading my group in the way that they should be, you know what I'm saying, because then it becomes hypocritical. So I feel that what happens on the mat should transpire off the mat. If you have humility, if you have resilience, if you have dedication, if you have camaraderie, friendship, those things have to go with you wherever you go.
Yeah, because if you're not doing this, it's like showing a face, but in reality you're something else.
Some people are detached, you know, they can separate and fragment. I see things from a wholesome approach. For instance, how would you be somebody on the mat and another personality outside? You know, for your students, it doesn't make sense, because if I apply the teachings that I'm passing on, I will always be the same person no matter where I am. I will be humble and treat with respect whoever I meet, not just people that I see here in my gym, but anywhere else.
But that's why it comes back to working your ego.
Yes.
Because sometimes people will try to pretend they're something, oh, I'm strong, can do this and that, and then the moment they got, sorry if I'm saying this, destroy on the mat for XYZ, that now you see the true nature of the person.
So when you talk about the ego, okay, there are two situations here, okay? Your pride, feeling that you're getting better, and you convince yourself that you're above others, because you might be progressing at a pace. And so some people, sometimes they don't have the ego in check, or they don't have the culture in the academy that kind of keeps people on with the eyes on the target, meaning you're here to grow, and if you grow, you have to let go of the ego, you know. So you become egotistic. It's a disaster, because I see a lot of guys that they get really good, and then they feel they're untouchable, but the day of reckoning will come to him as much as it will to anybody else, you know, and somebody will teach him a lesson, or life will teach him a lesson at a point in time. The other thing too is their perception of what Jiu-Jitsu is. If they think that Jiu-Jitsu is something that adds value to his life, okay, he's going to embrace it and share it with everybody. But if he's egotistic, he's going to have it and try to keep for himself. You see what I'm saying? So if you see every religious role model in history, what's the one thing? They're not here, they're here. Yeah. You know, they have the hands extending the hand. They show friendship, they show brotherly love. You know what I'm saying? So it's a brotherhood. Exactly. I swear to God, that Jiu-Jitsu is a brotherhood, because the guys here, I see relationships from the social perspective. Guys get closer in terms of relationship within the walls of an academy than you see among family members. Isn't that something? I see guys, students of mine that sometimes have a problem, they don't call a relative. They call a teammate. Yeah. Hey, can you help me out? Or this, I have this issue, this and that. So it is a brotherhood.
In conclusion, for somebody who's interested to become a next Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, what advice you could tell him?
Okay. Whenever you go to a place, to a room, okay, pay attention to the environment. Pay attention to the disposition of the room. Is it messy? Does it smell good? Doesn't smell good? Are people smiling, or are people serious? Are people extending their hand and show friendship, or they are cold and not talking too much? Some people, when they start, especially if they are novice, like an apprentice, they're instructors or higher belts that don't talk to them until they get to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here thinking, this guy just started. He's an apprentice. I want to show him the way. Yeah. I want to add light to his path. You know, how am I going to not give him any and everything I can to motivate him to go further? Because it's kind of like an initiation. You know, once you are from white to blue, it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Then, from blue to purple, it's another one, and the chances of losing a brother, in every, ladder that they have to step up in order for them to gain a new rank is very high for two reasons. One, if the structure is not there, they may lose the motivation because they feel no matter how hard they train, they don't see the end in sight. And the other part is the culture. If they feel the instructor does not give them a path or a roadmap, it's kind of hard for them to envision.
You're so right, because I've been in schools where, this week we're going to do this, this week we're going to do that, this week we're going to do that. But the problem is, I don't know where I'm going. I'm doing moves. Yeah. It's fun, but I don't understand. I don't follow the way. In masonry, we're also saying sometimes that the first 3 degrees, this is where we're gonna test you. We're gonna put you in a situation where you're gonna lift things. You're gonna work on yourself. And most of the people, for me, in my Grand Lodge, there's a lot of people leaving before getting to the master degree because they cannot handle it. And it's becoming also like Jiu-Jitsu, because Jiu-Jitsu, I'm talking for me personally, it took me 3 years to get my blue belt, but I had to work hard, and there was a lot of situations that I said, you know what?
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I'm gonna leave, but I persist, and I'm so happy to be here today. But I had one thing that I learned from my journey is to keep faith. Continue. Don't worry. Like you said, I'm gonna have bad days, but there's gonna be good days, and then there's gonna be better days and fantastic days.
Yeah.
But so that's why, for me, and I was very interested to talk to you about this because I'm seeing my Freemasonry to be very, very similar with what Jiu-Jitsu gives to me, and often we are also associating sometimes Jiu-Jitsu the art of the samurai, and for me the samurai are the Templars. But from Asia, it's from Orient. So it's there's links
it's like a time
everywhere.
travel,
an
archetype. You know what I'm saying? You see it's almost like a hero. That different tales tell similar stories.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's similar with religion. It's similar with the arts. So it's very passionate. I'm very passionate about this, and thank you very much.
If I can conclude with that,
for sure.
I'm going to tell you this. The mat never lies. Anything that people say and talk about, when they go on the mat, they're going to expose what they know, or they're going to be exposed for what they think they know, but don't.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it's a good rule of thumb.
Mr. Carlos, thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. My brother.